You can't build a fence across the lake. I'll have you arrested before sunset.
Then call whoever you want, because every inch of this fence is standing on my property.
The sun rose softly over the still lake, its golden light scattering across the water like shattered glass. My neighbors stood in silent disbelief, clutching their morning coffees as they stared at the sight before them. A solid 6-foot wooden fence now sliced straight through the middle of what had once been a shared lakefront paradise, splitting lawns, cutting off water access, and even severing the community dock in half like a bad magic trick. On one side of the fence, Karen's cousin Margaret stood frozen with her mouth open, staring at her trapped setup, luxury lounge chairs, a gleaming jet ski ramp, all now caged in by wooden panels. On my side, I calmly tightened the last bolt, wiped the sweat from my brow, and gave the stunned crowd a polite little wave. But to really understand how we got here, I have to rewind a few years. 5 years ago, I bought my dream home in Willowbrook Estates, drawn in by one irresistible promise: deed lakefront access. That property came with legal rights to the shared waterfront, a wide sandy beach, and a community dock that my kids adored. Every summer weekend was pure magic. Hours spent swimming, fishing, grilling, and watching sunsets melt into the water. It was everything I had worked for, and every cent of the lakefront premium felt worth it. Everything changed 6 months ago, when Karen Fitzgerald became our new HOA president. If you've ever wondered what happens when someone with a Napoleon complex gets even the tiniest whiff of authority, well, Karen was the case study. Within weeks, she'd slapped homeowners with new fines for grass growing half an inch too tall. She declared wind chimes a noise hazard and banned them entirely. She even required written permission to plant any flowers not on her personally approved list. But Karen's true talent: nepotism. Her brother-in-law suddenly had a paid position as our landscape inspector. Her best friend snagged the contract for pool maintenance, and when her cousin Margaret flew in from out of state, Karen seemed to decide the HOA bylaws were more like polite suggestions. The first sign of trouble came on a quiet Tuesday morning. I stepped outside to find Margaret staking her claim on the shared lakefront. And I don't mean with a towel and chair. She was setting up what looked like a private resort: top-tier lounge chairs, a full speaker system, tiki torches, and workers installing a private jet ski ramp. It completely blocked my family's access to the water and ruined the view we'd cherished for years. I walked over polite and calm and introduced myself. Margaret looked me up and down like I'd interrupted royalty. In a clipped, dismissive tone, she informed me that Karen had reassigned that portion of the lakefront for her exclusive use during her extended visit. Apparently, she thought my family was wasting the space by only using it on weekends. She, on the other hand, needed it for her book club gatherings. When I pointed